Sup PYNP? So, should you deadlift? My answer, yes, you should deadlift. The only times you shouldn't deadlift is when you have a physical or medical condition which inhibits your ability to deadlift. But if you're a perfectly healthy young man or woman, then you should definitely be deadlifting, okay? Because there are so many benefits to deadlifting, right? There's a problem, okay, when it comes to newbies in the gym, and this is we all did it. We step into the gym for the first time and we walk into the weight section. We see the dumbbells and then we see that iconic bench, don't we? The flat bench with the little rack and the barbell, and we think that is what I've came here for, the bench press. I need to learn. I need to get my mates to tell me how to bench press, and that is what's going to get me buff, because that is the iconic image, isn't it, that bench? And so everyone jumps on the bench press straight away, and they have this dodgy form, and they're fucking up the shoulders, and they bench every day, and they get all tight in the chest, and they might do some overhead presses as well, but they'll be fucking horrible over presses, and they'll get all tight in the front delts, they'll get tight in the chest, and they'll start to round in. They'll start to round. The shoulders will start to inwardly rotate. Okay, and it causes that inward rotation. And also they don't do enough pulling exercises, and they don't know how to retract that scapula, pull your shoulder blades together properly with that correct form, with your shoulders back and down through a lot of exercises. And they also neglect legs. They don't do legs at all, and all these things can be helped, and all the injuries that are suffered from overbenching and overpressing can be solved by a simple deadlift. So for weeks and weeks and weeks, we bench and we have this inward rotation. We also, we neglect legs. We think they're not important. It's like, fuck legs, I don't care about legs. I just want to get a good stacked upper body. And also we have that horrible weak lower back, and we overwork our well, not overworking, but all we do is do bicep curls over bicep curls, and basically we become all tight in the chest, our shoulders roll forward, our back is weak, our lower back curves, this posture totally collapses, our biceps become tight, horrible things, and we basically turn into this how much do you bench? And you turn into some sort of dinosaur T-Rex of a man. Now, this can all be solved if the iconic image of a gym was a simple barbell laying on the floor and it was a setup for a deadlift. I shit you not. If we walked into a gym and the first thing everyone wanted to do was a deadlift, everyone would be in a much healthier condition, okay? Deadlifts are amazing. They teach us many things and help us. I'll go for them now. When you set up, you learn that scapular retraction, okay? You learn to pull your shoulder blades back and down and get your shoulder back in its socket and into that stable position. Okay, and that is really healthy for the shoulders. Helps you keep as stable as possible, because we all know the shoulder is very mobile and can be injured very easily. So it teaches you to retract that scapula back and down. Deadlifts also helps you to learn to keep your lumbar spine, your lower back as, you know, neutral and as straight as possible. Teaches you to get that strength in the core, so always have your core stable and tight. Also teaches you to keep your glutes tight. Yeah, when you're standing up and doing exercises, when you're standing up, you've got to keep those glutes really tight, because that's really good form, really good stabilization. Also, we neglect legs a lot, and deadlifts incorporate a lot of legs, a lot of hamstrings, a lot of glutes, and a lot of stabilization all around the leg area, okay? Deadlifts are amazing, okay? If you're benching too much, and you're not doing enough back movements, and you're not learning that to pull back your scapula, your traps look weak and that back becomes rounded, then you can really badly injure yourself. How many times do you see someone in the gym and all they do is bench press, all they do is these bicep curls, and they're holding their shoulder and they're like rotating it, and ooh, how many people do you see holding their shoulder just going to themselves? I see it all the time. I'm doing it in a moment. I'm injured at the moment. And why? Because of excessive benching in my first year of going to the gym. I did it newbie-ish. I didn't do legs, I benched too much, and I didn't do enough rowing movements. I didn't deadlift at all, I didn't squat, and that's caused really strong imbalances in my upper body, okay? And once those imbalances occur, it's taken for so long. Like some people just bench and do all this for like a year, 2 years, till they learn how to do other exercises like deadlifts and squats, and that is 2 years of excessive work on the front of the body and the front of the shoulders, and it takes a long time to correct that position, correct that posture. So once you have an injury, once you have that shoulder impingement, once you tear that rotator cuff or whatever it may be, your AC joint, then it takes a long time for that to heal, and then you have to really work on pulling back that scapula, strengthening those back muscles, because you've put a lot of work into the front of your body and almost zero into the back of your body. So deadlifts are amazing. If everyone learned how to deadlift at the beginning, then there'll be a lot less injuries, there'll be a lot less of this. And basically we'd be all round better postured and everything, okay? We would have tight, nice, firm glutes. We'd have a nice straight back, lower back. Our shoulders would be nice and back into a comfortable position, okay? And we would be so much better off health-wise, posture-wise, gym-wise, injury-wise. Everyone would be so much better off if they learn how to deadlift. Now, a lot of people have excuses like, oh, the deadlift's too much for me, squats, I don't like doing squats, they're just too complicated, they're too of a big boy exercise. Well, if you think deadlifts are too much of a big boy exercise, then bench press is a too big boy exercise, and overhead press is a too big boy exercise, okay? You shouldn't be doing one and not the other. Everyone needs to realise this. Each compound exercise has its place and should be worked on efficiently, okay? If we have that all-round compound movements and we strengthen every movement, then we'd be so much better off. So learning things like the deadlift are really important because of posture-wise, because it teaches us good posture and good form. Now, this day and age where all we're doing is sitting on computers with hunched backs and we're driving cars with our shoulders forward, okay, we are constantly in that inward rotation. If we did a lot of deadlifts and things like that, rowing to keep our scapula back and keep our back up and stable and neutral, then we would learn how that proper posture at the computer. Our muscles, because they would be strong, they wouldn't fall into that inward rotation as much, okay? When we're driving, our shoulders wouldn't fall into that inward, it would stay back, okay? If we strengthen our back muscles, it would be so much better, okay? But what I must say is that just like the bench, just like overhead press, what you see is incorrect form, and that can be just as dangerous as, or more dangerous than not doing the exercise at all, okay? One thing I hate about more than people not doing deadlifts is people doing deadlifts with horrendous form, okay? You do not want that curve. You need to learn how to deadlift, okay? One of the worst things I see when people deadlift is they're picking up too much weight, they're going too fast, thinking they can do much more than they actually can. Their setup is totally wrong. They do not retract that scapula, leave the shoulders forward and pick up the weight with your upper back hunched. When I see this, I cringe. People are lifting the weight with the spine, like the curve, the bottom of the spine is curved right out, and they lift up like that, and it like drag it up like that. You want to keep your lower back as straight and as neutral as possible. Keep those shoulders back and down as much as possible. If the weight is too heavy for you to keep proper form, then you need to drop that weight, okay? That is so vital, okay? With any compound movement, form first. Research how to do deadlifts, bench, squats and overhead presses, all your compounds, even your isolation movements. Learn how to do them properly. So yeah, learn how to deadlift. If you deadlift, you will practice proper form, proper breathing, because deadlifts are very taxing. You need to learn how to breathe as well. You learn that scapular retraction, which is very important in a lot of exercises, and you'll learn how to keep your core stable and neutral, and they're all round brilliant mass builders as well, deadlifts. Okay, if you are eating in a calorie surplus and you are deadlifting and you are progressing, then you are going to build some good quality mass. Okay, so get on those deadlifts. All right, research and perform and progress. All right, guys. Okay, PYNP, peace out. Quick shout out to my boy Brandon at Campbell Fitness. Cheers for the shirt, bro. I don't normally buy shirts and do all that shit, but you know, Brandon, he's got a great channel at Campbell Fitness. I'll link it here. And he doesn't have partnership. He doesn't, you know, do it for monetary incentive. He has a great channel with great information. If you subscribe to me and you're not subscribed to him, then you're an idiot, because his information is normally spot on. He's a great subscriber, well, great person to be subscribed to. Okay, he doesn't do anything like this normally, like t-shirts and things, but you know, he wanted a good camera for better quality videos for you guys, so he sells these t-shirts now to help fund get the money for these cameras. So if you are subscribed to him, you didn't know about that, then make sure you buy a t-shirt, because it's going to help him a lot. I personally got the black fitted medium. I think I should have got a large. It's a bit tight, but shows off my guns. Anyway, what guns I have anyway. And also at the back has got his thing. Stay big. So yeah, Brandon, cheers for the t-shirt. Really appreciate it. It's really good. Oh, nice material as well. Really good quality. So cheers, bro. And just like you always say, get swole. I think that was the wrong guy. Stay big.